The Fortnite Season 2 storyline is the most confusing thing I've seen since our entire world exploded and we got sent to a completely different universe. Things are spiraling out of control in Fortnite Season 2, and with a Doomsday bomb hidden in the world, it's important we know what's going on before things happen. These are 5 Fortnite live event theories we think will come true. Getting straight to the point, let's recap everything you need to know in 60 seconds or less. Start the timer. Recently, around the agency POI on the map, we've seen 5 metal hatches appear in the water surrounding the headquarters. What are these hatches, you ask? Well, we haven't found that out yet, but leaks from data miners suggest that these are called Doomsday hatches and are linked to something else that's in the works below the agency itself. Midas, the Tier 100 Battle Pass skin, is the leader of a neutral organization known as the Agency. The Agency team members have been joining Ghost and Shadow for some time, while Midas has used his allegiance to Ghost as a cover for his true evil plans. Underneath the Agency, inside of Midas's office, he's working on a Doomsday device, which we believe will be destroying the Chapter 2 map as we know it. While Shadow continues to dominate in the battle against Ghost, taking multiple POIs, Midas seems more occupied with his own plans and has been creating his own collection of, trophies? A trophy wall can be seen in his intro, and you can spot people he has gotten revenge on, whether it's his own team like Lynx or someone as notorious as Chaos Agent. They're all there. This proves that Midas has his own little plan that no one knows about, or do they? All of this is building up towards a massive live event which is right around the corner, and that's pretty much where we are now. Now that you're up to speed, there are so many directions that Fortnite could take, and we need to be prepared for any or all of them. Here's what I'm asking of you. Watch all 5 theories and let us know which one you're behind the most. We need answers, so we'll have a poll at the end you could fill out. It's up to us to put together the puzzle pieces. Theory 1. When the live event comes around near the launch of Season 3, we believe one of the most obvious choices for the event would be Midas building and eventually detonating the Doomsday device while hiding in his office. Once this detonates, it will destroy a large chunk of the Chapter 2 map. Of course, the consequences of him doing this would give us a ton of new POIs for Season 3, and it would also change a ton of existing locations too. There will be rubble everywhere, and the entire map theme changing from Island Paradise to Post-Apocalypse. For this theory, we're saying the outcome of whether the device detonates or not will be the same no matter what we do as a community. It would be the easiest and safest event for Epic Games to do. It's one of the more likely events based on past evidence, like how the outcome of the final showdown event was already predetermined and nothing we did could change it. Another part of this theory would be that Midas actually plans to power the Doomsday device, and we think he's looking to use the 0 point to do that. Regardless, the outcome would still be the same, with Midas either blowing up the map of the device or through making the 0 point unstable again. But now it's time to take a look at what everyone forgot about, and that is Chaos Agent's hidden army from Season 1. Theory 2. The Slurp army that Chaos Agent has been building for the last 2 seasons is still here, we assume hidden in the secret bunker that's been locked since we entered the island. We know Chaos Agent has died, but his army can still avenge him, which is a very possible outcome. In the event, we could finally see the Slurp army come to the surface and make their way along with the other members of Shadow towards the agency. At this point, Shadow's taken over all of the other outposts and Ghost is surrounded. In a final epic battle between Ghost and Shadow, we see Shadow prepare to conduct an actual siege of the agency headquarters, and an all-out war happens live. We either see Ghost fire rockets and bullets at the Slurp army, which keeps coming in waves as the agency gets more and more destroyed. Eventually, the Slurp army destroys the building to a point where Ghost is forced to surrender or retreat, and the destroyed agency headquarters reveals that the Doomsday device Midas has been working on is ready for detonation. It could detonate at the last second and give us a Midas-like government for the island in Season 3, with Ghost controlling the map, or it might not detonate and Shadow will overpower Ghost there and then at the agency, and we'll get a Shadow-controlled island in Season 3 with all kinds of propaganda and new locations. It's a really cool theory and idea, but it doesn't take into account a recent leak about something you wouldn't expect, and that is the old Fortnite Chapter 1 map returning. Theory number 3. The climax of the war between Shadow and Ghost is inevitable, and in all likelihood, the map is going to be beaten up really hard over the next few weeks. Depending on how bad this gets, the map might not make it, kinda like our old one. Pretty much we're saying no one can live on or use the Chapter 2 island anymore because the war left it in complete shambles, so instead of rebuilding and making it nice again, we could have to go back to the original Chapter 1 map in all its glory. But maybe in an alternate universe where the 0 point never made its way onto the island. It makes sense too. I mean, Epic recently just updated the game files for the old map. I mean, why would they do that if they aren't at least exploring the idea of bringing us back there? A fresh timeline, a clean slate, the Doomsday device would be the jumpstart which would destroy the Chapter 2 island enough to warrant us going there. Maybe the Doomsday device won't explode, but instead create beams or lasers using the hatches around the agency to, well, create a rift in the sky, kinda like the one from the rocket launch event. This rift could either be the start of more things like Kevin the Cube coming back, or maybe it's a portal to another dimension, aka the Chapter 1 map. It could also allow us to choose between maps kinda like PUBG. It'd be awesome, but Theory 4 is in my opinion the most likely of all theories. Theory 4. Our fourth theory is a pretty basic one in that we'll naturally see a Ghost vs Shadow campaign which will determine who wins the live event. In the days leading up to the event, we could see the item shop get Ghost and Shadow team banners similar to what they did for the final showdown. We could also see the whole spy games, pick a side computer in the Battle Pass lobby being essential, letting us support the team we want to win the live event. Whichever side has the most members by the time the event happens will win the war in a grand fight between Ghost and Shadow. The winner of the war will either determine what kind of map and POIs we get in Season 3, or maybe an even bigger consequence: whether the Doomsday device will actually end up detonating or not. The side we pick could result in the device either exploding or being disarmed, so it would be the first time our actions have direct consequences on the outcome of a live event. In fact, instead of the computer voting before the event, we could even be forced to vote there and then whether to detonate the Doomsday device or not. Kinda like how we had the buttons with the Star Wars event, or by destroying something like the Unvaulting event. Epic does have a history of letting us interact, and I think this next event might be their biggest test yet for letting us choose the outcome. Theory 5. Finally, the last path on our journey through Season 2. This one, to say the least, is a plot twist. We really saved the best one for last. What if this entire time, we were completely wrong about Midas? Fortnite has led us to believe that Midas is working on his own and has some kind of evil plans. We've assumed this based on the fact that he literally has heads on his walls like trophies, including Lynx, one of the members of Ghost. We also know that the device in Midas' office is called a Doomsday device. Not only that, but Midas has a set called Midas' Revenge, and the Oro and Wrath skins are definitely connected to him somehow. Our original theory was that Wrath made a deal with Midas to bring him back from the underworld in exchange for the souls of the island, hence the whole Doomsday device thing. But again, what if we're wrong? What if we just looked at what was right there on the surface and didn't really think to look outside the box? What if the Doomsday device wasn't going to cause the Doomsday at all? I mean, think about it. It's possible that this device isn't going to cause the Doomsday on the island, but actually protect us from it or even prevent it happening in the first place. It's possible that the entire plan Chaos Agent has been hatching for 2 seasons was this exact Doomsday, and even though it seems Chaos Agent was defeated by Midas, he could still have put the pillars in place for Doomsday to happen. It's possible that Midas defeated Chaos Agent but learned about his plans for Doomsday there and then, resulting in him rushing back to the agency and working on a way to either stop it or protect Ghost from it. So our final theory is actually that the live event will be Shadow coming to rain Doomsday on the island, either with the Slurp army, some kind of meltdown at Steamy Stacks, or something entirely different. But while they do this, Ghost has worked on a device to create some kind of force field around the agency. Is it out of the picture for Epic to throw us off course with the leaked Midas intro and the whole Midas revenge thing, and then he ends up saving the day and being the good guy all along? What if the 5 hatches around the agency are going to open up and form the force field, and the device in Midas' office is what powers it? We'll then see during the live event Shadow trying to destroy the force field by shooting an array of weapons at it, or even blowing up Steamy Stacks to try to get past it. Eventually, the map will be changed a lot from the explosions and damage, but the agency and the people in it will be left standing and might fire back and try to take out Shadow. Right now, go in the top right corner and let us know which theory you think makes the most sense. If we as a community can come together and actually predict what Epic Games' next move is, that'd be insane. Season 3 is coming fast, and we must be prepared. Click on screen now to check out this secret video. This has been Tommy. Keep it here on Top 5 Gaming.